Good evening from Lombok, everyone. It's Anifa Menon from hearthealthbrainhealth.com, encouraging healthy grieving and mindful actions. Today I wanted to make this video out by the pool again, and I'm still holding the camera, so hopefully it will be steady enough for you. And hopefully I will be steady enough for you. Today I want to talk about the idea of pushing limits. Pushing limits. I came across this wonderful quotation that I want to share with you. It says, "We are called to assist the earth to heal her wounds and in the process heal our own." We are called to assist the earth to heal her wounds and in the process heal our own. And it's interesting that when we look at things from more of an egoic perspective, we're more concerned about healing our wounds. So not the earth's. We are concerned because we know what our body feels like, our mind feels like, our life is like. We know this and we start thinking that's what I've got to take care of. And this is where ego perspectives rise, where the body of ourselves, you may have heard me say this before, but I'll remind you, we are a microcosm of the macrocosm around us. So our life experience is an image of the experience that's around us and what we're creating, consciously or not consciously. So I thought I'd try to give you some examples, and the one that came to mind that I thought was very, very simple is, let's say even in childhood, two boys can be playing with each other. One pushes the other just playfully, and then the other one pushes just a little bit harder, and then it goes back and forth for some time until one falls over and whoa, the other one won, right? So that was the physical capacity. Now, of course, in that, I'm taking it as these are friends and it's something fun and both of them have a good time, and they might even just, pat each other on the back, and one might lift the other one back up. And this is such a wonderful thing. That's a human capacity and a space of joy that can be just a simple thing, yet it involves some pushing. And we do push each other, even mentally. So if someone is very kind, we might push them to be kinder, consciously or not consciously. And then we create a demand out of a person who's been kind to us because they were kind to us and they can be kinder. And we're not consciously, most people, are not consciously aware of how much we push others this way. And when we look at this, we're doing the same thing with the earth. And some of you know that I came here to Indonesia with a strong intention to actually help the earth, and feeling like, well, I definitely had a vision of needing to help the earth heal. And part of that is how we speak to each other, because the energies that we are putting out into the earth around us, whether it's into the airspace, whether it's into the water that we might swim in or just stand in, we are affecting the water, or even the water that we drink and then it goes back into our toilets. All of this, everything we touch with our thoughts, our words, and our actions are affecting everyone else. So most of people's consciousness will understand when we affect someone that we care about. So if I say something that doesn't make someone feel good and I care about them, I might consciously apologize. If I am holding a grudge against someone that I care about, I might consciously forgive them. Can we extend that a little bit? Because as we do that, those are the energies that go out. But oftentimes with ego development, we don't care as much about the person we've only just met. We care much more about the person we've known all our lives. And why? Because that ability is inherent in us. It's nothing that has to be trained. It's nothing that has to be educated. We can be kind and respectful and loving to all, but we've become very selective. So then I come back to the earth. How do we treat the earth? So I know that here, just like in North America and I think all around the world, oftentimes if people are building something, and I'll say a home, for example, when they're first building, when they're going to be breaking ground, there's often prayers, sometimes meditations, and gratitude sent to the earth. That thank you for allowing us, and sent to God about thank you for allowing us to create this, or thanking divine nature thanking the actual land, that it's such a beautiful divine blessing that we have to build a home. And we built the home, and what do? We forget to thank that ground now. Now we might say, oh, thank you for this house. I'm so happy to be in a house. And I start filling the house. And there's weight added onto the ground. And it's totally fine. We made the structure that could handle that weight. And yet, what is the energy that flows from us in that time? Oh, this just isn't getting finished. Oh my gosh, that's not done right. This should be this way. It's taking too long. So all of the energy now going into that land and into that home is not so lifting. And so I'm going to remind us all that what we do, whether it's in our own personal space or whether it's in our public interaction, we are affecting one another and the land around us, the air around us, the water around us. And when we look at when people are focused on environmentalism, oftentimes it's about, okay, make sure that this area is saved. It's not an area that we build on. We need this green space to survive because we know how much we need plants. And we do that for certain areas. Why not everywhere? So even if I have needed to evacuate an area in terms of land, to then put on a house, can I constantly give some loving energy and more loving energy and appreciation and gratitude, both for the people that might be on it, maybe working on it or living in it, and the earth itself, because honestly, all of it works together and we are affecting one another. Today, when I look around and I see all these, whether floods, tsunamis, earthquakes, and lots more is expected, guys. We all know this, and this is certainly not a fear-based video. I want you to know that we have a lot of power with remembering our essential nature, which is loving, compassionate, respectful, and honest. And I find that the honesty and humility is the first area that many people are forgetting about because we all know our own concerns. On that note, though, I want you to know there's a few people that I notice that are locals that often will sit close to me at my breakfast time, and they're trying to sell their wares, and they've tried with me, and of course I haven't bought anything because I don't need anything, but I have used their assistance before too, which is nice. And then recently I chatted with them and just said to a few that, it's so nice when you're sitting here and not asking to sell anything to me, and I really appreciate that, and I thank you for your time to be here and not push anything in terms of selling to me. And I said, just remember that whatever you need is going to come from divine blessings. And it might not come through me, but just you having this patience will bring it to you. And today I was sitting, and one of those gentlemen was there originally when I arrived to have my breakfast, and then left, and then came back again. We had a very short but polite interaction. And then when he came back, he sat down, and again, another very polite interaction. There were other people that were in that dining space. And suddenly one of the other people went over and bought several things from this man. And I can't tell you how filled my heart was, because it's truth. It's literally truth. And until you see it in action, you won't believe it. But unless you're practicing, you won't create it. And today, I thank the universe. I thank that man who bought the things. I thank the gentleman who sat patiently, just knowing and trusting in faith somehow that something would work out for him, whether today or another day. And this is for all of us. If we recognize that, something's working quietly behind the scenes to help us all, and we can help too with recognizing with gratitude before we even see the outcome that, yeah, you know what, I've got patience and strength. And on that note, I got to make sure that I share with you that I met another gentleman who's actually staying at this particular hotel, but he's from South Africa, and I learned just a little bit about him today. We shared a little bit and shared about some similar experiences. And we both agreed that we both gained patience in our time in Indonesia. And what a blessing that is, because each of us has gone through something not so easy, as everyone around us is going through the same thing too. And to both connect on that space of, yeah, we've definitely been more patient. Now, one person can say that I've gained patience by being here, and another can say, oh yeah, I've gained patience. if we are able to say it with true appreciation, it shakes up our environment and our vibrations in a way that is so blessed. It is so energy filling for, again, not ourselves only, but the people that we speak to and the earth around us. Today, I hope that you will see and have gratitude for the things that are happening, even though it might not be in the time frame you might want. The mind might want it. The soul is right on track, and if we recognize this, we raise our vibrations. The more we align with our soul, we recognize what great experiences, good or not good, are happening for us to make us stronger and appreciative. And allowing me to share this video today, I am very appreciative for whoever is listening today. I wish you a fabulous day or night ahead, and I hope you remember, transform your mind and transform your life. Have a great day or night, everyone.